We're so excited to have you here with us. Today, we're going to be talking about how to never miss another lead. And we're going to talk about how AI receptionists are revolutionizing video sales calls. So, really exciting stuff for you today. We've got a great lineup and a demo, and then we've got our guest speakers. So, let's dive right into it. So, first of all, welcome to our guest speakers, Joshua Haig, Ray Riho, Phil Cunningham, and Shannon Beecham. And if you'd like to be a guest speaker, just reach out to me. We'd love to get you scheduled on here to share with us about your business and how you're innovating. So during this webinar, you're going to learn how you can pre-screen your leads. We're going to share some real case studies, and we'll talk about how to eliminate the problem of missed opportunities and the right questions to capture the critical information that you need. I'm Clinton. My wife and I live in the Dallas area. We have two children here at home. They love sports and outdoor activities. We spend a lot of time when we have vacation out exploring, hiking. Why listen to me? So I have an MBA and a computer science degree, and I've been in this space for about 9 years, helping enterprises leverage AI. And now I'm excited to empower businesses with AI. So where I started in 2016, I helped AWS launch two AI services, Amazon Poly and Amazon Recognition. And rewind the clock to 2016, these were new AI services, text-to-speech and image recognition, and voice AI assistants were all the rage. So I created an app, my first voice-enabled app that year, and had a lot of fun with one of my children creating this haunted house app. It's still in the Alexa catalog today. And it was great, a lot of fun. People had a great time exploring and trying this out. But those were the early days, and there were challenges. Voice-enabled apps required a lot of patience, and they often confused customers, as you can see from this review. Now, AI receptionists are helping business owners avoid missed calls, get their nights and weekends back, and enjoy vacations while growing their businesses. So let's talk about the timeline of AI receptionists. So it all began in the 40s with natural language processing. And then in the 60s, the introduction of machine learning algorithms helped enable even better language processing. Then in the 90s, there were tremendous advancements in speech recognition that led to early voice-controlled systems from Dragon, Nuance, and IBM. In the 2010s, cloud computing came along, and machine learning together enabled voice assistants like Siri, Alexa, Google Assistant, and others. And now in the 2020s, AI-powered receptionists are emerging to handle customer interactions and automate a lot of tasks. So in the future, we see increasingly sophisticated AI receptionists capable of handling all kinds of customer interactions and providing personalized experiences. So what are the benefits with AI receptionists? Well, they have natural sounding voices, they're fast and responsive, and they can collect prospect details and automate your workflows. And most importantly, no more missed calls, no interruptions during dinners or vacations, and no wasted time texting leads back to try to get sales.
Scaling a team of receptionists is expensive. What if there was a new kind of reception? It's available 24/7, doesn't need breaks, maximizes productivity, and makes new sales for you. Learn more at madjaw.com.
All right, well, let's take a look at a demo. Let's see it in action.
Scaling a team of
All right, let's go ahead and add an AI receptionist to this Google Meet call. So I'll click Add Others, Call. I'll put in the phone number and click Dial.
Wonderful. I'm ready to dive in. Let me know how I can assist during the call.
Great,
So
welcome. Let's go ahead and start with some introductions.
Thank you very much. I'm Zuri, your business analytics consultant. I specialize in helping businesses like yours make sense of data to drive smarter decisions. I'm here to guide you through analytics strategies tailored to your goals. Could you share a bit about yourselves and your roles?
Sure. Hi, I'm Clinton Ford. I'm the founder of MadJaw. We create AI receptionists to help business owners answer calls, free up their time, level up their conversations, and land more clients. So that's a quick demo just showing how these AI receptionists can join phone calls and they can actually take over the call and guide a discussion, asking questions for your prospects and qualifying them to find out who are going to be great leads. Now, businesses across many different industries are benefiting. Here's some examples of clients that I serve across in-home care services, real estate, home services, legal, and business networking and collaboration. So it's been great to help so many businesses in many different industries to be able to leverage these AI receptionists. And now with the ability to add an AI receptionist to a Google Meet or Zoom call, you can actually set up a questionnaire to guide your conversations with prospects automatically so that you can introduce your AI receptionist and then just mute yourself, pause your camera, and let your AI receptionist guide the conversation, and then take all that information and turn it into actionable insights for you and your business. So, what is the value of an AI receptionist? Well, first of all, you get complete call transcripts, automated SMS messaging, and then it's available 24/7. So, it's around the clock availability, never sick, takes breaks, or needs time off. And it helps you qualify all your inbound leads. So if you think about the value of an inbound lead, if that turns into a job, for example, let's say that $800 job, and you get four of those a month, it could be worth up to $3,200, for example. So total value can be upwards of $5,000 a month. So AI receptionist pricing, what does that look like? Well, here's a glimpse of that pricing. So we start off at $197 a month. And for right now, the next 10 spots, we have a 60-day free trial and no setup fee so that you can get started right away and begin getting value from these AI receptionists to see how you can turn that into business value for your company. And we have a fast action bonus. So for the next 10 spots, we have this offer that's a bonus in the DFW area. We will contribute up to $300 towards charcuterie from Graceful Gatherings. So take a look now. You can sign up at madjaw.com/pricing. So check that out. And now let's welcome our guest speakers. So let's see if Josh is on here. Okay, I don't see Josh. Let's jump ahead. Ray, are you with us? I don't see Ray. Okay, so Phil, if you're ready, I'm going to ask you to unmute. We're going to go ahead and hand it over to you.
Sorry about that. I was trying to find my Zoom window. There we go. Got it back.
No worries.
Awesome.
Great
Well,
to have you
Clinton,
with us, Phil.
thank you so much for having me on. Excited to share with you guys on the call and just get into about what I do and how we help people financially. So let me get my little screen share going and we'll be off to the races here. So really what I do is we use can you guys see that house? Setting up your financial house. Does that come through? Awesome.
Yes, sure can.
So we use the picture of the financial house when we're meeting with families. So that's really what we do. But before I get into that, I want to go through my background. So this is me and my amazing wife, Kayla. I actually started the business on my own back in January 2020. Heck of a time to start a business. The world went upside down, but money also came to the forefront of a lot of people's minds with all the turmoil and those people that were considered non-essential, unfortunately, and they lost their paycheck, right? But anyway, started my business back then. We got married in November 23, and we actually have our first baby on the way in December. So super excited about that, baby boy. And hey, our mission is this. We help people take the fear out of personal finance. We want to equip our clients with practical knowledge, which helps them eliminate worry and enables them to walk confidently towards a future of financial freedom. And we believe that a lot of times people fear what they don't understand. So our heart and our goal, first and foremost, is to educate people financially and then help them apply that education, because knowledge is great, but if you never apply it, then it's just bouncing around in your head, right? So to get into the house, what does it actually look like? This is, again, the blueprint that we follow when we're meeting with people. So the foundation, hey, that's your income. And so if somebody relies on you for your income, a spouse, a child, or maybe you're younger and you actually support your parents, then God forbid something were to happen to you, We want to ensure that so that your family would not be financially troubled in that season. So we teach people about the different types of life insurance. I'm going to show you that. Again, not the most exciting topic, but the information I'm going to share with you today could potentially impact you and your family in terms of hundreds of thousands of dollars over your lifetime. So we teach people about the different types and help them make sure that they have income replacement secured for their family. God forbid anything were to happen to them. We actually have a legal partner. We are not lawyers, but we partner with a prepaid legal insurance that will help people get their will, power of attorney, even a trust for pennies on the dollar because it's distributed almost like insurance. We can get a will in place for less than $100. So super affordable, and trust starting at $250 a person, super affordable. Next, emergency fund. Again, flashback to like when I started around COVID, right? Most people, unfortunately, are living paycheck to paycheck. 44% of Americans do not have $1,000 saved. So again, something happens to your job, unforeseen expense, right? I'm in the great state of Texas here, and we have these things called thunderstorms and hailstorms and tornadoes, and that leads to high roof deductibles, right? And so we have to have our house worked on. Well, if we don't have savings, unfortunately, we're going to end up in debt, which if you are in debt or somebody is dealing with debt, we teach them something similar to the debt snowball method, which Dave Ramsey really popularized. But we will actually give them a customized debt payment strategy for them that will show them their actual debt freedom date. Hey, if you stick to this, is how much time you're going to shave off your debt payments and also how much interest you're going to avoid. We help people calculate what we call their financial independence number, which is the amount of money you need to have saved to retire at the age you want with the income you want, factoring in inflation. And then we reverse engineer that to show you how much should you be investing per month and help you decide on those investments that make sense for your goals and what types of accounts make sense for your goals, because different types of retirement accounts, my favorite, the Roth IRA. Obviously, if you could retire and not have any taxes, that would be fantastic. And we also help people set up accounts for their children. Okay. So whether that be or grandchildren or the young ones in your life. So that could be a 529 for their college or just investments in general. So we ask people, do you currently have a written plan in place that addresses all these challenges in your home? And most people don't. And the good news is we provide that completely complimentary. Okay. And then we are compensated by our different affiliates and partners as we help people implement that plan. So it costs clients nothing out of pocket to work with us, which is fantastic. So that's the overview. I love to just educate again. So we're going to go through a real brief example. So when we look at life, this is the theory that we operate under at our company and the mindset of life insurance and investing and how that all fits together. So earlier in life, this is how life works. Earlier in life, you may have young kids, debt, a mortgage, right? And you see this yellow line here, that is your assets, right? We all start off and we're building our assets right over time. But if God forbid anything were to happen to us, again, there's going to be a gap here between the assets we would leave our family and the financial liability that they'd be left with. So that's what we use life insurance for. I'm going to go through why we only do term insurance and why we believe that's the best for families. So because there's only a certain amount of time where as you're building your assets, there will become a point in time where your liabilities no longer outweigh your assets. So later in life, think retirement, kids are out of the house. Hopefully they're less financially of a drain on you, right? You have less debt, mortgages paid off. So you better have assets, but if you have the assets, you probably don't need as much life insurance, if any. So that's why we do term. It's only for a season of life. We want you to become self-insured so you don't have to pay for life insurance your whole life. I'll run through this real quick. Different comparisons of life insurance strategies. Again, my heart is to educate, and this can literally make the difference between tens of thousands of dollars for you and your family. One type that is promoted heavily in the industry is called cash value life insurance. That's whole life, index universal life, variable life, basically anything that's not term has what they call a cash value component. The way that works is you're paying money every month into a premium. Some of that goes to insure you. So this is an example taken from average industry numbers. John and Mary, 35 years old, they're paying $235 a month. That gets them $100,000 in insurance. And then after 30 years of putting into that, would have accumulated a cash value of about $74,000. I asked John and Mary, are you going to be able to retire very long on $74,000? Probably not. But so our approach is rather than combining your insurance and your investments, we say it's better to separate them, because in this example, you are using the insurance company as a middleman for your investing and for your saving. And they're going to take a healthy percentage of that for providing that service for you. So we say separate them. Get your term insurance, pure insurance, again, for a season of life where it's needed. So John and Mary can get 250,000 in coverage, 2.5 times as much for $82 a month. They're protected for 30 years. The price is not going to go up. Then we show them how to invest the difference. 153 bucks a month at 9%. If you look at the history of the stock market, has averaged between 9 to 11% a year, depending on the decade you look at. Okay, so let's say we average them 9%. Guess what? They're retiring with 283,000 as opposed to 74,000, and they are now what's called self-insured, because they no longer need this, because they have the assets if anything were to happen to their family. Okay, so we ask, why would you pay an insurance company to invest for you? We equip you how to do that. And another, question or thought I get from a lot of people is, hey, Phil, I don't have any money to invest. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Well, common things that I see is it's rarely an income problem. It's often a priority problem or a spending problem. So I just show people this quick example. Hey, if you replace your daily Starbucks or Dutch Bros or 151 or DFW, there's 10 billion coffee places, with, hey, drip coffee at home twice a week, that's 10 bucks a week you save. Hey, if you cooked at home rather than going out to eat or door dashing 4 times a week, that's 40 bucks. Well, you just freed up $200 in your budget. What can that do long term? Well, you do that for 10 years, you're at almost $40,000 if you're investing that, right? That's a big deal. That's a down payment on a house for somebody. That's a new car. And what if you did that over a career? Let's say we said 35 years you do that. You're at almost $600,000. So the reality is a lot of people are eating and drinking away their retirement. And it's just a matter of priorities. So I hope that was educational, informative, thought-provoking. I would love to connect with you. We're going to drop a link to my How Money Works website, where we have a completely free, it's about 40-page PDF that just will teach you all the stuff about money that you should have learned in school, about compounding interest, different types of retirement accounts, how does investing work, all that stuff. And so I'll drop that in the chat, so feel free to do that. On the left side there is my contact info. If you'd love to reach out via text, give me a call. And then a little interest form if you're interested in connecting with me. Again, we set up that financial house blueprint completely free. And yeah, would love to connect with you guys. Again, hopefully this was educational and we really just scratched the surface. Thank you so much, Clinton, for letting me come on here and share. And yeah, this is Phil Cunningham, helping you control your money so it doesn't control you. Thanks very much. Thanks so much, everybody.
Awesome. Well, have a great day, everyone. Thanks again for your time, and excited to see you again next month.
Thanks so much, Clinton.
You bet. We'll talk
See ya.
soon. Okay,
Bye.
bye-bye.